Well, I have to say, welcome back to Bro, What a Week. We're going to take a little bit of time tonight to talk about the week I got to spend in Hawaii with my brothers Joel and Adam working on a big project for Grass Shack Productions there. It's really fantastic. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. Some stuff we got to shoot, some stuff I learned. These two guys, Adam and Joel, are just super inspiring for me to get out there and live a creative life. So we'll jump right into it. I've got a few pictures lined up from the trip. I've got my brother Adam, who was there shooting second camera on this and doing some amazing work. He's just an insane drone pilot. You really got to go check his work out over on Vimeo. He's got some amazing surf footage that's really pumped up. But then I just saw another one that he put on with in New York City, flying in through the buildings and stuff, and just phenomenal. And I'll be sure to put a link in the show notes for that under the video. And then brother Joel, who is the man of the hour on this trip, who really set the whole thing up and brought us in to help him out on a big project. Just a super giving guy, really taught me a lot. A lot of tonight's podcast is really just to kind of tell these guys thanks and just how much I enjoyed the trip. We shot a lot of work around Hanalei Bay for the week, and that was just magical, kind of to be back home. Every person I saw there was so welcoming, with really the aloha spirit. I was shooting primarily with my new Sony camera, enjoying that a lot. Sometimes, you get a little size envy watching Adam and Joel shoot with their big Canons. But at the end of the day, I really feel like this trip gave me a chance to shoot a lot and really kind of learn my camera and really kind of learn how much is possible and how much I'm not using it. When I got home and was able to look over a lot of these photos to kind of really dig in to the post-processing and come up with some, I think some really great shots. One of the things on the creative side that I really kind of took away from this trip and working with these guys is how much the post-processing is part of the whole process. From shooting the picture to getting it into your folders and then into your photo editor. And I kind of always knew that, but kind of watching how much these guys move into that and getting in there and pushing things around. These are some great shots from the Nepali coast that were just a real treat to get to go down there on an absolutely gorgeous day and do some shooting with these guys for this surf film. It's honestly one of the most beautiful places on earth, and to go there and not be inspired would just be insane. So that was very, very cool. Very happy to get to do that on this trip, because you don't always get to run down the coast on every trip to Hawaii. Another one of the fun parts of the trip, like I said, was just rehooking up with old friends, people I hadn't seen in years. I got to hang out with the big fella here. He let me take out a couple of his boards, got me back on the waves. Just super fun afternoon with him a couple of times, just catching up a little bit and then just talking about his plans. And talk about a guy that's just living a creative life. I mean, he is living it in the sense that he's creating his life. I mean, the guy's energy is boundless. Worked a little bit on the surf film. Titus Kendama ran the surfing part of it. Just cool to be kind of in the shadow of a legend like that for a week. It was just awe-inspiring, and just kind of lets you know there's no excuses. Just get after it. Super fun. And that was the kind of the work week there, working with these guys, and like I said, so much that was inspiring for me, so much that I learned and took away from it. I just kind of wanted to get that out there and thank those guys. Adam, Joel, good to see Laird, fantastic to see Titus, kind of really get that island vibe from all those guys. Now we'll take a moment and we'll kind of move over to the second part of the week here. And I got a chance to stay with my mom, who's just been just a creative tidal wave her whole life, from her music career and now her artistic career, her writing. She's someone that really just goes and gets it done, finds a new passion, and just dives into it really, and really lives it. The Gina Mears has taken her art to a whole new canvas, and she's taken her paintings, she's taken her brand, her hula lula identity, and applied it to the surf industry to a staggering effect. Really felt lucky to get to spend one full day of my trip on her lanai, going over a lot of her painting, and she was able to talk to me about a lot of what she does, what she thinks about in her painting, and one of the things that we really talked a lot about was the kind of her philosophy on learning. And she's not an artist that's scared to go and find direction, inspiration from other artists and from masters that have gone before you, and to look outside yourself. And as she moved over to doing these paintings on the surfboards, she's gone out in a real modern way. She just goes out to YouTube and she finds other artists doing similar stuff and asks them questions, and uses the social media to get responses. From finding out what sort of paints and what sort of pens, a lot of the actual media that is used on the surfboards kind of comes from a street art background, and she uses these big markers, these Posca markers, as well as acrylic paints, and then using these canvases, these surfboards that other people on the community and the island have donated. They hear what Gina's up to, and they're willing to help with a little aloha, and now she's got a stash of beaten and bruised and broken boards to turn into a new life, a new canvas. And what she's done is just mind-blowing, really just mind-expanding. I love the work. I love the scale that she's working at. These boards are 10 feet long, some of them. The scale is just so fun to see her get out there in a fearless way and get the paint on and get it done. We're going to see and hear a couple of detail shots where she's gone in and was able to use the pens to get the effect she wanted, to get the hard outlines, and really call out the color of the broader brushstrokes. So like I said, I got to feel real lucky to be able to spend that time on her lanai, talking with her about her inspiration, about where she goes to find inspiration. And it was so cool, like I said, to see this person who was so young at heart and so willing to embrace new ideas, and really embracing the idea that you always should be learning. And whether that means learning the style of painting or learning to use modern tools like the internet to get the learning, and going out and just getting what you need. It's out there, and people are so happy to help. While we were going through this discussion, she was getting Instagram feedback from a surfboard painter in Australia. It was fantastic to see their conversation and how willing this young guy in Australia was to help her out, give her some advice on the techniques he was using to create his board art, and then to see what she's been coming up with as she's expanded her work here. And we'll leave it there. It was a fantastic trip to Kauai, and I came away super inspired, motivated, and ready to really charge into this next year. Really try and take advantage of it. Like I talked about before with my brothers, it was to see these two guys take themselves and put themselves out there. Adam's changing careers and really found a passion, and he's just going out and grabbing it. Joel has built up this business, through fits and starts and really sticking to it to build up a very successful artistic business on the island of Kauai. It's just impressive. When I came back from this trip not only with the motivation just brimming, but also some new skills, some actual concrete things I can use to achieve what I want to. So again, it was great. I want to just say aloha and thank you to Gina Mears, Adam Guy, and Joel Guy for just an amazing trip. And that is Bro What a Week. We'll have some more stuff coming up hopefully this week. And I'd just like to end tonight with a little aloha and mahalo.